Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day today. Well, today I'm going to go over some things that I'm going to have to send to service. I'm going to show you how to put in a service ticket for a Rivian. And so I have this quad motor 2026 Rivian R1T right here. And I had it for about 3 weeks. And I've noticed over time there's a few things, a few issues that have to get corrected. Some are recent issues that just popped up. And I have one issue that I had since I took delivery of this vehicle, and we're going to go over it. Basically, I'm going to show you what to look for when you take delivery of a Rivian. This is a new company, so you may run into some fit and finish issues, little small things here and here. I will say the quality control has gotten a lot better since I got my Generation 1 vehicle back in early 2023. And so I'm just going to show you some things I've noticed with this vehicle. And I'm going to put in a service ticket and show you how that's done. And we're going to see how long it takes to get this thing corrected. So let's go ahead and get into this. One of the first things you want to do when you take delivery of one of these, you want to just go through and check all the panel gaps. In this one, I looked through this. These look pretty good, except I do have an issue with one, and I'm going to show you. But yeah, all the panel gaps look really good on this vehicle. This is a lot better than I had on my Gen 1 R1T. I did have some panel gap issues on my Generation 1 R1S. That's a 2024. And there was some panel alignment. I did make a video on it also. I took it to the service center and they got it all corrected. I was kind of surprised because just the way it was shaped, I didn't think they're going to get that corrected, but they were able to do it. But I'm going to show you an issue here that I've been experiencing since I've taken the delivery of this vehicle. And I noticed a lot of Rivian reviewers, they talk about wind noise. And I have identified the problem here with this vehicle. And I'm going to show you these two sides, but I get a lot of wind noise through here. It's almost as if the window opened. And if you can look, you may actually see a crack here. But I'm going to show you the other side of this. So basically what's happening is that the wind comes through and it's getting stuck right in here. The wind is going right through here. You see how I'm going to put this card here. And so if I put this key right here, you'll see there's a gap. You see how uneven this is? And this door should actually be behind this A-pillar. And so if I come here, you see how this credit card gets stuck here? And that wind is getting caught in just like this. And I'm going to show you the other side. And if you look here, and it may be hard to see, but again, there's another gap right here. And this is totally not even right here. And so this door, and if I push this in, you'll see, you know, how far this flexes in. And that shouldn't be that way. I'll show you the other side. And the other side, I don't get any wind. On this side here, as you can see, they have the exact opposite. You see how the door is behind the A-pillar. And so you'll see the gap. And so this allows the wind just to come across and swoop right across, where you see, look, if I do this, I can't, you know, the wind doesn't get caught up in here. And if you look here, and I'll put the car between these doors here, and there's no gap. And so that wind should be able to sweep right across past this A-pillar and sweep around the vehicle, and all this should be tucked in to where the wind is just going right past. But on this side, that is not the case. As you can see again, if I take this card, I shouldn't be able to do this. And all the wind is just getting caught right up in here. There's a big gap right here. And that shouldn't be the case. So I'm going to put that in for service. And that's really annoying. Especially when I get over 60 miles an hour, it sounds like the window's open. And this is a $123,000 vehicle. And that's not even including tax and title and all of that stuff. So this is a fairly expensive vehicle. And I would expect that this at least should be on par with my Generation 1, because I didn't have those issues with my Generation 1. Also check my white vehicle. Same thing with this card here. No issues. So if you're experiencing wind noise, just take your key or credit card or something like that and just do the little test. The door should definitely be behind the A-pillar, just for, you know, to cut that wind noise down and that wind intrusion. So as far as the issues are concerned, those are basically the major things. The suspension, don't know what the heck happened with that. So when I tried to head out, I had the suspension warning, and I was in turtle mode. And this happened yesterday, and that's probably why my speed was limited. It probably didn't have anything to do with my tire pressure, but it it was more than likely the suspension, because I had the same thing this morning when I was heading out. Service suspension soon, and performance limited to 50 more miles an hour, and I have to get on the highway. I can't. That's a safety issue. I can't get on the highway at 51 miles an hour, so that's not gonna work. May have to end up taking the R1S into work. We'll see. I did a hard reset, and the warning still came back up, and then I drove back home, parked in the garage, and went to tell my wife we have to switch vehicles, and because we do have a gas vehicle also, and so she gets the car seat out, and I get back in this vehicle and the warning is gone. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna test this out. I'm gonna try to drive in to work and see if how this works out. But I am gonna set up a service appointment because there's a couple of issues I have to get fixed anyway. But yeah, I didn't have these issues with my Generation 1 R1T. And this is like the first iteration of this vehicle. Usually I try to avoid the first year of a new release, because of, still working the bugs out, and basically you're almost a beta tester. So, but yeah, so we'll see what happens, and I'll see you all back later. Okay, I am currently driving, and I am in limp mode. And so if you see right there, I'm limited to 51 miles an hour. And if you see over here, I have the service suspension soon, and the turtle mode symbol up. So I will be making a service appointment for this. I did do a hard reset, and it did clear it. I was able to get it home. And then this morning when I was headed out to work, again, it had the turtle mode thing. When I was headed to work, I had to turn around because I have to get on the highway, so I can't 50 miles an hour is dangerous on these highways. So obviously I drove around to swap cars with my wife. When I got back home, I did another hard reset, but the error still came up. Parked it, switched cars, and I got in here to get some stuff out and noticed the error was gone, so I drove it to work. But when I was leaving work, I had the turtle mode on again, and the suspension warning I'm going to show you here. If you have the one here where it says service suspension system soon, and they have the performance limited right now, drive with caution. And this was a factor when I was trying to change my tire, because of course I went to tire change mode, and part of that is that you lift the vehicle up to its highest level to make it easier to jack the vehicle up. However, because it was in this mode, let me see if it does it today. And see, I'm going to show you right here the issue I ran into. And so if I push one of these modes, it says service vehicle to change drive mode. The messed up part is I couldn't put it in the highest level because it's saying service a vehicle, which made it difficult to change my tire. So even when I did that hard reset and it cleared the error, it did not lift the vehicle all the way up. It didn't lift it all the way up. So that is one of the issues I'm going to have service, and I will be right back. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you like this content. I really love bringing this content to you. Just to, if you're a Rivian owner or just an EV owner, you'll know what to look for. But I do have my concerns. I will say I have my concerns. I didn't have any real issues with my first Rivian. Not outside of cosmetic stuff, just dealing with like trim pieces and things like that. I'm just hoping that I don't see a bunch of problems with this. I am already concerned because I never had a suspension warning in my last Rivian. All of a sudden I get one, and I haven't even had this vehicle for barely 3 weeks now. Those are the two main issues, was that door and the suspension warning, and it's putting me in turtle mode, which is making this thing basically undrivable for me because I live in a rural area, and as soon as I basically leave my property, I'm just a mile away from the highway where 50 miles an hour is not going to cut it. So I'm going to call them, and hopefully I can get this thing in pretty quickly, and I'm going to show you next how that is done. So I have my Rivian app opened up, and right here at the bottom there's a wrench, and you just go ahead and press that wrench. And it shows I have 2 service requests in already. One had to do with my tire. I did call Rivian Roadside Service the other day, but I ended up contacting my insurance company, and it ended up I didn't need it at all because my wife brought my spare tire, and I was able to get that correct. At the bottom, it has add request. And so I'm going to hit add request here. And it says, hey, how can we assist you? I'm going to hit reply. I'm going to type in here that my car is in turtle mode, and I just do that off screen. And so with this one, I basically say I have a suspension warning to service the service is soon. My speed is limited to 50 miles an hour, which makes it nearly undrivable. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that up in there, and I'm not sure where, and they're reviewing it. I already don't like this. I said exactly what was going on. This is an automated system. It says to better understand the issue, could you select the option that best describes your experience? I think I did that with my text message. Ride height adjustment? No, okay, I guess I'll put forward none of them. And I'm not sure if any of those things work. The thing that was most important to me is I can't go over 50 miles an hour. And this again, just, I don't like this. And this is some automated thing. So I understand your vehicle has suspension warning and a speed limit of 50 miles an hour. Let's narrow it down. Why do I need to narrow it down even more? I'm not a technician, so I just want this problem fixed. Are you experiencing an issue with adjusting the ride height? I don't know. Yes, I'm experiencing the issue adjusting the ride height. No, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's an option. I don't know. Now it comes back and it says that they created a service request for my suspension warning and speed limitation issue. If you have any media related to this concern, please upload it to them now. Once done, you can schedule your appointment. I don't see it on the dash right now. I do have it recorded, obviously, and you'll see it in this video, or you've already seen it, but it's intermittent. At the most inconvenient time, when I'm trying to go someplace, that's when it pops up. Yeah, new request, and I'm going to actually make a recording of this. I just put another one in here, and this basically says my passenger door is not properly installed, and there's a lot of wind noise. As if the window is down when I hit 50 miles an hour. The top of the door sticks out beyond the A-pillar. Also has vibrations. And that's another thing I forgot to say, that this door has a lot of vibrations in it. And it's annoying. You know, you pay this much money for a vehicle. I didn't have that issue with my last one. Don't have that issue with the R1S. And so this is vehicle number 3. So I think I have a good sample pool of vehicles that I can say, hey, I didn't have these issues before. And this is not normal. This is not normal. And especially at this price point, seeing that this is like over $40,000 more expensive than my Generation 1 vehicle. Okay, let's just see if they come back and say anything. Okay, which A-pillar you're referring to? A right, huh? Is that the right side? I don't know, not sure what I don't know. Passenger side. I'm not sure which way they're considered right. You know, if it's right this way, or is it right facing the vehicle? So I'm not sure which right. I'm just say passenger side. And there's only 2 A-pillars. I'm not sure why they gave me all these choices with A, B, C, and D. When I was clear, I was referring to the A-pillar. But anyway, and these automated systems, okay, they created a service request for this one. And let's see, a service request has been created. So you're concerned regarding the passenger door misalignment, wind noise, and vibrations. If you have any photos or videos of this issue, please upload them. And now to help with the service request. Okay, I'm going to do that. I don't see them all that stuff I put in here and all that chat, I don't see it anymore. So I don't see here as a draft. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can put a video in here. I don't even see it in here, the one I added. I'm going to record a video while using the app. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with the credit card to show exactly what I mean. Okay, this door right here is not properly aligned. As you can see, it sits beyond the A-pillar, and the wind just comes and collect right in here. And yeah, this should not be, obviously. Yeah, it's a pretty big gap. This should not be protruding out beyond the A-pillar. And also, if you look right here, you can see that this also is not properly aligned. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to hit OK, and that should be uploading it. And now it's uploading it into the system. It said it may take a few minutes. So it just went through. And so the next one is the schedule 2, even though whatever. I don't see my requests that I put in here. They're not in here anymore. And it gives you options of the service center, and the closest one to me is Hazelwood, Missouri, which is 24 miles away. Has Normal, which is 147. And Memphis, which is 230 miles. Obviously, I'm not going to travel either of those. And it says pick a time. And now it's giving me a set of dates. And it has Thursday, October 9th is the earliest date at 2:30 p.m. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And I'm going to hit continue, and it just gives me an address and a date and time for the appointment. It says book an appointment. And it says something went sideways. Please try again or give us a call. Okay. Now my screen just went black. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here. And it may have something to do with how this thing just disappeared. Yeah, so not having a lot of luck. But let me stop recording here and I'll try to resolve this issue and I'll be back. Okay, that didn't work, so I'm calling Rivian Service. There was an error every time I tried to schedule it manually through the app, and it didn't work. And so I'll call the number now. So I'm just waiting for a service advisor to assist me so I can put these service tickets in. I hope you all are having a good day.
Hi, this is Rivian Service Support. How can I help you today?
Yes, I am trying. I went through the app to try to schedule some service for my vehicle, my Rivian R1T, and I keep getting the error code.
Gotcha. I can help you out with that. No problem.
Okay.
Let me just pull up your account here real quick, and I can get it all going for you. Can you give me the phone number and email address that's tied to the account, please? All right, I found you. And then for security purposes, could you also give me the address on the account? What was it that you needed to get taken care of on your R1T?
Well, first off, I have a suspension warning, and my vehicle is limited to 50 miles an hour, which is basically almost undrivable for me since I have to take the highway to go get any place. And also, I have an issue with my door, my passenger door. There's a lot of wind protrusions. I can tell it's not seated properly. I did put a video in for that, but I'm not sure if it went through or not. But yeah, I just bought this vehicle. It's maybe 3 weeks now. But yeah, it's the passenger door is definitely sitting beyond the A-pillar. It sounds like the window's down when I'm driving. They know some rattle off.
Front right.
Yes, the front right.
Is it the front passenger door?
Yes, front passenger door.
So the front right door.
And there's a rattle over there too. What's that?
It's sticking out. You said it's sticking out like it's clearly misaligned where it's sticking out past the A-pillar.
That's correct.
Okay, I gotcha. Let me just mark this down here. Okay.
And there's a rattle in that door.
Right, so in the door itself?
Yeah, in the passenger door, some rattling is annoying. I don't know. I can't identify where it's coming from. I'm not sure if it has to do with the line.
Gotcha. Is it more noticeable, certain speeds or road conditions or anything like that? Or is it
I would say
pretty much all the
road conditions, small bumps, any bump, it rattles. Yes, it rattles. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, let me mark that down. All right, so we got a notification. Let me just go over these real quick. You have a suspension warning notification. What is it saying there for you on that notification, and when did you first receive it? We'll coordinate everything, get it all set up, and get this thing taken care of for you. So give me just a little bit to get it all ready and coordinated, and I'll be right back with you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem, sir. Anything else in the meantime that I can do for you, or any questions for me, before I let you go then?
Oh, that's it. That's everything that I can think of. So everything else has been going fine.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, I'm glad to hear that. And like I said, give me about an hour or so, and I'll give you a call back.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I also identified or realized there was another issue, and that was with my charge port door, and it doesn't seat properly. And I'll show you that also. But yeah, he's going to call me back because they said because of the suspension issue and the limited capability that they may have to tow it. I may be able to drive it over there. We'll see. If I can get the error cleared, I may be able to drive. I drove it to work, so we can probably avoid a tow if I can just drive it out there. But and that's what I plan on doing. I'm just going to show you this charge port door here, and if you can see this charge port door, how it's a minor issue, but it does stick out. It's noticeable. And I thought it was because of this, but it isn't, because it doesn't matter. And it protrudes out, like right here. So, I mean, not too bad, but yeah, bad enough for me anyway. And if I push this in, you'll see what I mean. That's a very minor issue, so minor I forgot about it. So that's not, but those other two things are the two main things I'm concerned about with the suspension, obviously, because it basically makes my vehicle inoperable. You got to 1,025 horsepower vehicle. You can't drive over 50 miles an hour. Might as well get a scooter or something like that and go faster than that. So that's it. And they're going to be calling me back in about an hour. They said they will expedite the appointment, so that's good. And the only drawback is I have to drive whatever vehicle I'm going to be driving is going to be inferior to this one. I'm pretty sure they don't have quad motors as loaners. I'm pretty sure they don't, and it's probably not a good business decision to do that in the first place. I'll keep you all abreast of what's going on, and I'll see you all back a little later.
I currently see that you're scheduled for October 14th. I do see that a scheduling request was submitted. Well, actually, give me a second. Hold on. Okay, so no, I'm not seeing that a scheduling request was submitted. All right, let me do this. Let me place you on a brief hold and see if there's any update I can find here for us. Again, currently I see it's scheduled for October 14th, but you're wanting something sooner than that, correct?
Yes, because I can't drive my vehicle over 50 miles an hour, which basically means I can't drive my vehicle because I can't get on the highway with it. When I have to get on the highway to get to work or any place else that I need to go.
Understood. Okay. Yep. Let me dig into this. I'll be right back with you.
Okay. So I guess they never put in a request to expedite the service.
So given with a couple of the concerns that we have here on the account as it relates to the notification for the suspension as well as your limited drive performance, I do want us to see if we can get this in within the next 48 hours if you're able.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay. Here, give me one second. Let me just check out. All right, so this would be the Hazelwood Service Center. All right, one second here. Let me just see what their hours of availability are. I don't have it off the top of my head. All right. Could we shoot for, will Monday morning work to try and get you in?
That should work. Morning is good because I think my car might actually work in the morning.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and submit this over to my leadership team, requesting that we get you into Hazelwood for Monday morning, 9 a.m. Give me through end of business today to follow up with you to see if they'll say yes to that or if there's a counter with another offer. But again, with the issues that we have here on the vehicle, we do want to address them much sooner than later. So I am definitely aligned with you, not waiting through the 14th. So
okay, I appreciate it.
End of business today.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me to end of business today, and I'll be sure to follow up with you. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem, Chris. Thanks for your time. I'll follow up with you soon.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Do you have availability Thursday or Friday of this week?
Yes, I should have availability on both of those days.
But which one would you prefer?
Thursday would be better. The sooner the better.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely get you in Thursday. Is there a certain time that works best for you?
No, there's it's a good chance I'll be free all day.
Okay. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna schedule you in for Thursday at 9:30.
Okay.
And we'll get you in here. We'll get you in a loaner, and we can definitely take a look at it. I did want to touch base. So it says you had a suspension blowout, a tire blowout before this happened?
No, actually, I was in limp mode before I even hit that. I actually hit an object in the road. And the only reason I hit the object in the road is because I was getting off the highway because I couldn't go over 50 miles an hour. So it was like that before I even had the blowout with my tire.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm that order of events so we can make sure this happened. Okay, so that happened before the blowout.
Yes.
All right, I will have that noted. You should receive an email from me within the next 24 hours that'll just have you authorize the services we're doing, because I also see on here you've got some stuff that's misaligned, so we can take care of all that while it's here.
Okay. Sounds awesome.
All right, well, we will see you Thursday.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. But okay, so I got my call from the Rivian Service and just happened to be sitting out here actually editing another video. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm happy about that because what's today? Today is Tuesday. And I think I got a call on Friday from someone with the Rivian Service, and they were trying to get me in early, like maybe even on the weekend. So I think it was on a Friday. And they said someone would call me back, and I never received a call back. And then, of course, Monday passed. And then today is Tuesday. And I was going to eventually call them just to see. And they called me. I didn't know if I was going to get called. So they did call me, and they got my service set up for Thursday, which is pretty good with me because that's a lot earlier than the 14th. And today is the 7th. So that's a lot better. Get that checked out. And the issue is intermittent. It's not a constant thing. Like usually if I wake up and drive my vehicle, there's no issue. But whenever I stop and then I get out of my vehicle and get back in, then I have the suspension warning and the limited capability. So, and that is an issue, obviously, so if you're going somewhere, and I usually have to drive on the highway around here. So, but yeah, so that is great. And I'll make a follow-up video on my Rivian service experience. But yeah, my service is scheduled. And one of the things I did clear up was that my, the blowout I had on my vehicle did not cause the suspension issue. That, of course, if you saw my last video, I was already in limp mode before I hit that object. I didn't even think I hit an object, but the Rivian incident cam caught it, and I was able to see that it was in limp mode prior to, because otherwise it would have never happened, because I would have never had a reason to get off the highway. And I was getting off on the exit I never get off on, just to kind of look and try to figure out why I couldn't go over 50 miles an hour. So the good thing is it wasn't a tire issue. I identified that because I was concerned about the other tires. But this tire can just fall apart. What about the other 3 tires? But that wasn't an issue. So that's good to know. And so if I want to do my 0 to 60s in 2.6 seconds, actually it was 2.67 seconds. That was the fastest one so far. So yeah, I can continue to do that. Yeah, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section. That's going to be it for this video. And so hopefully you learned how to submit a Rivian service request. And, so far my experiences have been pretty good. This one was a little more challenging than the other ones. And I can foresee that happening, especially as more Rivians get on the road. It's not going to be easy like it was in the very beginning. I'm in the Midwest. And so there aren't as many electric vehicle owners in the Midwest versus a place like California or Texas. And we have one service center here. In the beginning, they were able to handle this, but I see Rivians all the time now. So it's going to be more challenging going forward, especially considering when R2 comes. And so I'm really hoping Rivian is really beefing up these service centers for R2, because that vehicle is going to explode. And I'm not sure if they're ready for the amount of demand they're going to see for that electric vehicle, especially if they start with the $45,000 price point. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. But that's all I have for today. I'd like to thank you for joining me once again. And I can't wait to see you on the next video.